Welcome back. Here today with Tanya Taylor, the instructor for the drafting program, right here on the campus of Florida Panhandle Technical College. Tanya's class is one of those sleeper classes. No, it's not real glamorous. People don't pay a lot of attention to it, but she places students, and that's the criteria upon which she is judged, and certainly the school is judged. And recently, she placed multiple of her students here at Eastern Shipbuilding in Panama City, and some new news that she just gave me today about some more students with job opportunities, and she's going to talk about that when we come back. There's over 35 diploma and certification programs available right here on the campus of Florida Panhandle Technical College. Over time, we've talked about most of them. Today, we're talking about drafting. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest today is Tanya Taylor. Tanya is the instructor of the drafting program. Thanks for taking the time. I know we're getting ready for spring break, and I know you got lots to do. You're always very agreeable and willing to spend the time, so thank you for that. You've got some good news recently. You told me today about a couple of your students getting job offers. Let's start, first of all, with the nuts and bolts. Drafting, people maybe think back to the old mechanical pencils and erasers. And talk a little bit, in short strokes, about your program, Tanya.
All right, it's not the old drafting program anymore. This is a computer-aided drafting, or what is referred to as CAD now. So everything is drawn electronically, whether it's a core program, which is AutoCAD, or the higher software, Inventor Professional, SolidWorks, Revit, Civil 3D, incorporating in with some 3D printing.
All of those are industry standard. Meaning that when these students graduate from your program, they're going to be using those in real time in the real world. So now, would all of those programs come under the syllabus, or are some of those a little expanded that you bring to the table because you know that they're going to need it?
I have to step out from the curriculum frameworks and add additional to meet an industry need. For example, I don't have to teach SolidWorks, but that is a great industry need right now in the mechanical drafting. Most of the students that I'm placing presently are in mechanical drafting, so they're going to machine shops, Booz Allen Hamilton Engineering, Eastern Shipbuilding, several firms in the area.
Not too long ago, you, Stephanie Holly, and our crew went down to Eastern Shipbuilding. We took the opportunity to visit with Donna Richard, herself a graduate of your program, who is now the drafting supervisor for all of Eastern's drafting program. And we had the chance to talk to four young adults, three guys and a girl, that had all come from, actually, let me take that back. There were four guys, and there was a young girl that was also there as part of the program. So in all, in that room, we had 6 graduates of your program who were currently working in a well-paying job with benefits within an hour-and-a-half drive of little old Chipley, Florida, in the real world. That is success.
Oh yes, it is. It's even more than the word success. The individuals that leave a program prepared for the industry. For example, these 2 that have been recently called at both Eastern and Booz Allen Hamilton, the gentleman asked one of the students, would $35,000 a year be a problem with you? And the student said, I was very calm and said, no, it won't be a problem. But he came back in so excited. When you go from nothing to something with benefits, and you're excited about what your training offered you, that's beyond successful. You just can't put a price on it. And it is wonderful that you can see that.
Well, as we mentioned, job placement is probably the number one criteria that keeps your program in existence.
Right.
You need to have people certified, graduating from the program, but in the real world, what's more important is that they enter the job force. So that job placement is of prime concern to you as an instructor, just as it should be to all instructors. You say that you step outside the syllabus. I would imagine that you have a pretty willing partner in Director Martha Compton when it comes to doing whatever it takes to make that criteria for success happen.
Right, I do. She really is very supportive, and that makes my job easier and more fun. So I really enjoy it.
In the recent past, she had a meeting here on the campus of the Manufacturers Council of Northwest Florida. We use this quote a lot, but it just cut to the heart of the matter and that meeting. And she said, if you have a need for a skill, we will develop a program to provide workers who will come away with that skill. At the end of the day, that is the kernel at the heart of all of this. We have to provide training, not of our choosing, but what the job place demands
right,
in order to place people.
That's correct.
You're seeing that in spades with your program.
Right. But it also offers me, more than just a student, it offers me an opportunity of growth. I'm not settled. I need to learn something new every day, whether it's from a student or whether it's from a technician that I've called for advice. If I'm not learning every day, I'm not helping my students to learn every day. It should be a challenge for me as it is a student. And I should be able to add the extra things that I know are necessary for them to get a job and not just be complacent, I'm a CAD technician. They should say, but I want to do 3D scanning. I want to be I want to work with 3D printing. They should constantly want to move forward. And in the technology in a drafting program, you can get left behind very quickly. Just because you learned AutoCAD 2014, now next year, 2016 is coming out, you must constantly work on your program software. So if you need to come back to the FPTC and refresh your skills, we're here. We're ready. Come on.